In a quiet corner of the city, overshadowed by tall modern buildings, there's an old library that almost everyone has forgotten. A young architect named Daniel is sent to see if the building can be fixed. As he opens the heavy wooden door, it creaks loudly on its hinges. He steps into a room thick with dust, once alive with the buzz of learning and laughter. The large room he enters used to have shiny floors and walls lined with bookshelves filled to the brim. Now everything is cracked, dusty, and the grand chandelier that once lit the space hangs dim and rusted. Daniel sighs deeply as he runs his hand over a nearby table, his fingers tracing a clear line through the thick dust. His footsteps echo loudly in the vast empty space, making the room feel even more deserted and sad. In a corner by a fireplace that hasn't seen a fire in years, an elderly man named Alden sits reading. The old man looks up, noticing Daniel for the first time, and introduces himself as the last librarian of this forgotten place. Together, they walk through the library's quiet halls, past rooms filled with old broken books and furniture that tell of better days. They pause in front of an old framed photograph showing a younger Alden standing next to another man. Alden gently touches the photo and shares, "This was Alexander Grayson. He built this library with his own hands." Surprised, Daniel asks, "One man built all this?" Alden nods and adds, "More than just a library, it was his dream. He believed that knowledge was precious and should always be protected." Alden leads Daniel into a small room at the back, cluttered with old ledgers and journals. Among these, stacks of handwritten notes and faded blueprints fill the space. Daniel picks up a journal, the pages brittle under his touch. He reads aloud, "Another day, another wall. My hands are sore. My money is almost gone. But this place must stand." He flips through more pages and finds hurried notes and sketches, showing the determination of a man who refused to give up, even when things were tough. "They told me I was wasting my time. They said I should give up. But if I stop now, everything will be lost. I must keep going." Daniel reads from another page, his voice filled with the weight of the words. That evening, back at his own desk, surrounded by modern plans for skyscrapers and office buildings, Daniel can't shake the image of the old library from his mind. He imagines the demolition crews coming in, tearing down the stained glass windows and breaking the wood that Alexander Grayson once so lovingly crafted. The thought of losing such a historical treasure makes him feel hollow inside. Determined to make a difference, Daniel starts planning how to save the library. He goes beyond just fixing the old structure. He wants to revive it as a community center where people can learn and gather, keeping the spirit of the place alive. He talks about his plans at community meetings, to journalists, and on social media. "We're not just saving a building," he explains passionately. "We're bringing back its soul. We're keeping the love for learning alive, just like Alexander Grayson did." The following day, Alden looks sadly out the window at the bustling city that has no room for old libraries. "They're planning to tear it down soon," he murmurs. Daniel, now fully committed, replies with determination, "Not if I have anything to do with it." Together, they launch a campaign to save the library, spreading their story far and wide. The response is overwhelming. People from all walks of life come together, drawn by the story of the library and its need for a new chapter. Thanks to the community's support, Daniel leads the restoration efforts. Funding comes through donations, grants, and fundraisers. Slowly, the library is transformed. The floors are polished to a shine again. The shelves are repaired and restocked with books, and the rooms are filled with eager visitors. The library once again becomes a beacon of knowledge and community spirit. Finally, the library stands renewed, a proud testament to the undying spirit of those who believe in the power of preservation and education. Daniel learns that great things require time, effort, and the courage to dream big. The legacy you choose to build, he realizes, is the one that lasts forever. And so the Grayson Library is not just saved, but reborn, a beacon of hope for future generations who will continue to fill its halls with learning and laughter.